Ladies and gentlemen, the US is inching closer and closer to that 200,000 a day of coronavirus cases as the holiday nears. And millions have already traveled. And I got another story about that. So, this is the Washington Post, November 21st, 2020. As US coronavirus cases soar towards 200,000 a day, holiday travel is surging. So people don't care about the pandemic. They don't care if they risk getting sick. You know, a lot of children are traveling with families. So there are states that are already bracing themselves for the holiday surge that's going to come just from Thanksgiving. Total coronavirus infections in the United States has topped 12 million, and cases are approaching 200,000 in a day as health experts warn of an alarming new stage in the pandemic while Americans embark on holiday travel that could seed more outbreaks. A fall wave of the virus ushered in by cold weather is only worsening, outpacing expansion in testing and making new nationwide records routine. The country passed 11 million cases just a week ago, and daily infections are on track to double since November 4th, when they exceeded 100,000 for the first time. As Anthony S. Fauci, the country's top infectious disease expert, put it recently on MSNBC, it's almost exponential when you compare the curve in the spring and curves in the summer with the infection of the curve where we are right now. Well, it seems to me, now we know COVID is year round, but it seems to thrive more. And this is just my observation. You may see it differently. It seems to thrive more when temperatures drop. It's a cooler climate. That's what it looks like to me, but it's always here year round. But more than 1 million people still passed through the country's airport Friday, and the second highest single day rush of travelers since the start of the pandemic, even as air travel has dropped dramatically over this time last year. On the same date in 2019, more than 2.5 million people traveled through U.S. airports. The data on Transportation Security Administration screening shows that many Americans are heeding calls for caution, but the fallout from this week is expected to amp up pressure on hospitals and healthcare workers at a critical time in the pandemic. Hospitalizations have soared to an all time high, pushing the state after state to enact new restrictions such as mask mandates, curfews, and renewed business shutdowns. That is going on in my state right now. The scary news is that this week will probably be the highest amount of travel we have seen since the pandemic began. Christopher Warsham, a critical care physician and research fellow at Harvard Medical School, he said he is more worried about what will happen when travelers get to their destination and as people from different households gather indoors where the virus can spread more easily, often with more vulnerable older family members. Worsham said he has been hearing about people being treated as the bad guy for trying to keep their relatives and communities safe. We have to remember that the virus does not care that it is the holidays and that you are family and that you already gone a long time without seeing anyone. If given opportunity to spread, the virus will spread, he said. Some passengers are facing crowded terminals as they wait to board flights. Videos of empty seats in areas in Phoenix Sky Harbor International Airport made rounds on social media. And, it depends on what you're flying. And then there's other terminals that are crowded. All right. So travelers said the CDC's guidance a day earlier had either not registered or made no difference in their decision making. I have a life to live and things to do. So we take necessary precautions. So this is just one person that's on a flight from Arizona to Chicago. Brandy Ray, an IT asset capacity manager from South Florida, told Washington Post she was alarmed to see long security lines and tightly packed clusters of people in corridors. Okay, so she was at the airport in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Okay. So, and she said other places in the airport was less crowded, some very crowded. Like I said, there's probably some airlines that get more customers than others. So that's really nothing new. Among the surge of people flying, college students, many of whom will finish out their fall semester from home. Very few schools are mandating coronavirus testing for students leaving campus pre-Thanksgiving. Airports are all but certain to get more crowds in the coming days. The TSA usually offers estimates on how many passengers they expect to screen during Thanksgiving week. Last year, the agency reported record numbers, but declined to do so this year due to the many complex factors that could affect those numbers during this pandemic. Fauci, a member of the White House Coronavirus Task Force, has been urging families to weigh the cost and benefits of their plans to get together. When you think of the holiday season, most of the festivities are going to be indoors. People are going to be eating their meals indoors. They're going to see family and friends. And that's when the virus is going to be elevated. Man, it's going to be a mess in America, y'all. I'm just telling you, it's going to be a mess in America. So we're talking Thanksgiving is the 26th, and then the day after is what's considered Black Friday. So that following week, we have the blood moon on the 30th. That's when you're going to hear about another surge that following week. Mm-mm-mm. So, there are some people that don't agree with all the travel and they don't believe folks should be putting themselves at risk. But when do Americans listen to anybody? Come on. These people act like they know it all, but know nothing. So, y'all, please tell me what you think. This is it's going to be crazy up in here. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.